Beating your kids is good parenting. It just is. You gotta beat them at games. So I'm not talking literally beating, I'm talking about beating them at games. We need to take our kids and turn them into losers. It's important for them to lose, lose in order for them to be good winners and to be able to handle loss. So today I want to talk about an approach that you can take to helping your children lose and to understand what that feels like and to how to move towards winning so that they appreciate winning even more so. And at the end, I've got a twist. And I think this twist is probably the golden rule in about every house out there. And I would argue with about anybody if they say, oh no, that's not important. No way. This twist at the end is huge. It is everything. So today I want to talk about just the character building that can happen from letting your children lose. I don't get this whole everybody gets a trophy mentality. And don't disappoint your children if they lose. You know, we don't want to upset little Timmy or little Amber. No, let them lose. Kids need to understand that we are bigger, faster, smarter, have more experience, have done more in life, so we should excel at some of these things more than them. That doesn't make them any less, and that doesn't mean we're putting our kids down. Now, I think there's a certain approach that we can take to this because we don't want to gloat and wave our hands, even though I do like let off fireworks when I win, and no, that's beside the point. Our goal in this as parents is to help build stronger, more confident, more assured, more determined kids for their future so that they can handle a loss, so that they can handle a win properly with good sportsmanship and frankly with some humility and with some grace. So there's approaches that can happen. And it's not anything that you start in high school or when you start when they're 10. I think you have to start at the very beginning. Now let me step back a moment. When my kids were little and we're having a foot race and they're 4 and they can run, but they can't run very fast, am I slowing down and staying close to them, or am I full on sprinting? No, I'm not full on sprinting. I am kind of slowly running with them, but I'm going to finish out in front. That's for sure. And I'm going to maybe keep it a little bit quasi-close. And if they have that pouty look on their face, I'm still going to say, look at how long my legs are and your legs. You're going to grow. You're going to get faster. But you need to just keep running and running and running so that you can get better and better. And one day you might beat me. Might. You spin everything. You look for a way to turn that, in their mind, negative loss into a positive. A board game. You beat them at a board game. Now, as much fun as it is to see them smack the pieces and flip the board and pout, you might have a little bit of a grin on your face with that. But to tell them then that that's not appropriate and to help them a little bit. You know, the reason that I won is because I know this about that game. I know that if I do this, this is the outcome. You know, give them tips along the way when playing those games so that they're just a little bit better and a little bit better. If you're teaching your child how to play chess, you know, show them the moves that they could have made or that would have made a difference, or the moves that you did make because you saw an opportunity to take advantage of. So be working with them in a very positive way about how they can see improvement. And then all the way along this journey is also to be processing with them that practice and due diligence and putting time in and putting work in is what is needed to improve on something, to get better and better. And when they do start to see more success, and if they do start to see a win, it is going to be so much sweeter for them. It is going to feel earned instead of given to them. I do believe that kids at a young age, if they feel like they were given the win, they're going to know that, and it's just not going to feel as great. Now, if your child comes up with, "You cheated," or anything like that, that's another opportunity as well to talk about what is cheating, and that you never want to cheat. Even if you're the worst at this in the world, you still do not cheat at it. You put in your best effort and practice, and that you are not going to win at everything. I think that is a huge advantage to somebody, is to say, you're going to be terrible at some things and you will never win at that. That's just not for you. Focus on the things that you can succeed at, and you will win at those things. And that's the thing that maybe you should put your energy into. Or some things are meant for fun. Whether you win or lose, you can still have the same amount of fun. Don't never play this board game because you're not very good at it and you're not going to win at it. Play the board game for the fun of it. And maybe, just maybe, you can sneak in a win somewhere. So that would be huge. As far as the twist on this, so I think this works for kids of all ages. And I could see even extending this into adulthood. I love beating my kids. I just love it. And they love beating me. And I think it's because they have lost in the past. I mean, to hear them gloat and squawk and sit up taller and just laugh out loud, it is fantastic. These things build family memories. You may have great family memories down the road, not over a win, but over a loss, or how sweet it was when they had that first win. So really spend some time thinking about this and talking to your family about it. One particular person that you can't do this with is your wife. That's the twist. Don't do this with your wife. Once in a while, you may need to throw in the towel and give them the win, because it just may make life just a little bit sweeter and a little bit happier. So have fun and go make your losers.